listeners, welcome to another episode. I'm so glad that you are here. This is Artist Survival Guide Miami edition with me, Amanda Murray, your hostess with the mostest. And guess what? I got another guest. 2024 is looking lit.
Hey.
We have special guest Corinne Stevie in the building.
Yes, yes.
Local artist. I want to say she's more than just a artist, but I'll let her narrate her story. All right. Miami artist in the Miami area, Miss Corinne Stevie. Take it away. Tell me about you.
Okay, well, thank you, Amanda, for having me. It's a pleasure to meet you and interact with you. We met actually through the Vegan Basel event, which is always nice. I feel like during Art Basel, that's like the one time of the year where creatives, we really have to meet, like you intentionally go out to meet new people, meet new artists, and build community. So it was really cool to meet you in that very interesting event held by, I got to shout out the Adonis, Only El Boutique, and Andrea Shops. Just great people putting together great events, bigging up Black artists. That's just amazing. So I just want to give a shout out to that experience that has led us here today. A little bit about myself. Like I said, like you mentioned, I am a Miami-based artist. Raised here, born and raised here. I am a first generation Haitian artist. So I do really take on the Haitian and American aspect of my work. It's very much where the lens that I speak through. But on that side, I guess, that's just like a little bit of my history background. But as far as the creative side, I'm just all around multidisciplinary artist who just loves to create. And it's been like my driving force. This is what I say in my bio, my actual bio that I submit to places. I'm like, it's my driving force. Art has been just the center really of my path for a long time. And I feel like it was a spiritual thing. I don't really think that I chose it. Sometimes people, are lucky enough to sort of choose certain life paths. And I just feel like it was destined for me. So, I don't know. I go deep. Let me know. Cause, once I start going, I go.
Hey, I need you to rev up them engines. Rev it up. I need you to let these people know. Let my listeners know. Have you supported an artist today? Every single day, 365 days.
Yes.
All right. Yes. So, you were mentioning about how you were like a songwriter. You're also a writer. So tell me about that experience for you, and how do you connect the two along with your art?
So it really starts early in my journey. I really start to embrace songwriting and writing in general. I would say started to really study art when I was in middle school. So I started to create art as young as elementary school. I was already starting to draw stuff and sort of just mimicking my older siblings, but then also finding that I was good at something at that age. And so from there, I ended up going into design. I auditioned for an arts program in South Miami, down south. And mind you, I'm a girl from Liberty City. That's where we're staying. And
me too.
You know what I mean? So, I gotta big up the city, and so, just my family, they were just they noticed you have a talent. We need to start looking into magnet school. So ended up auditioning. I didn't even know what a magnet school was, but I had my little drawings that I drew on notebook paper, and I had a little manila folder. I really didn't even know what I was getting into, and I applied for this program, this arts program down south. And it was the first time I really got into the whole world of testing for like talent or skill. Right. And I remember there was a test. I'm kind of going off on a tangent and I'm going to bring it back around. But there was a test we had to do where it was a memory test and you had to draw like it was an engine inside of a box. And so you had to go up to the box and then draw this little engine and, you know, go back to your seat and draw it. So very early on, you know, I was already sort of being exposed to this world of like creativity, but in a very structural way. And that already was like sparking a million things in me. So while that's happening, ironically enough, I have this uncle at the time. He moved from up north to my house. So my family, there's a lot of us. So I come from a big family. So anywho, I was always a fan of music. And I would like hear him walking around the house like freestyling and stuff. And I'm like, oh, what is that? You know? And I used to watch 106 in Park. I was like big into Freestyle Fridays. Like I just always was gravitated towards music.
Right.
And I'm like, yo, how do you do that? Like, I want to know how to do that. And so he actually sat there and started like showing me like how to write bars, essentially, how to like write a line and make it rhyme and, you know, the song structure and, you know what I'm saying? So early on, like I was like getting sort of guided into how to like actually do what I wanted to do. And I didn't know at the time, but I just was a curious kid, you know, and God sort of put these people in my life to allow me to start to learn. And so that's where I started. And it's weird too, like once I noticed, I don't want to say the word weird, but I think I find it interesting that once I noticed like I had something that attracted people to me, like I was like, oh, I want to keep doing it. Like I liked the fact that when I drew, like people were like, oh, draw me one, you know, like, and it was like, cool, you know? So it's like early on, I kind of figured out I had something, you know, I didn't know what it meant yet, but I was like, oh, okay, I have something that people are interested in, you know?
Right. So,
I don't know if that answers it. I mean, and I can elaborate more, but I think that's sort of for me, the beginnings of it sort of starting, and then the creative path continues on from there.
I think it answered the question. What is something that you hope to see in this new year of 2024?
Ooh, I like that. We went from the past to the future. I took it back, like bring me back to what am I looking forward to see in 2024? Honestly, I can't even tell you because right now I'm just like, I live day to day. I'm grateful that I exist in 2024. I think like a lot of my work too, I do think about ancestors and I think about artists who came before me, Black writers and creators who came before me. And I think about them because I'm like, yo, like I'm their wildest dreams. You know how they say we're our ancestors' wildest dreams? Like, it's like, oh, because of, you know, Audre Lorde or because of James Baldwin or because of Frida Kahlo. Like now I can sit here in 2024 and be like, hey, I'm an artist, you know, but they did it before anything. So it's like, I that's where my head is at, is I'm grateful to sort of be on the shoulders of this legacy of creativity. And I'm just excited to be here. I really don't have no real, like I've been able to do and experience a lot of cool things. And I'm just like, God, wherever you open the doors, really, and that's the fluff part of it. Like, it's not the fluff part, but that's my just purely how I genuinely feel in my heart. But I think that like on a real like work level, I am trying to get into like full-time work. I'm transitioning into the tech space. And so that is a major goal for me is transitioning into the tech space and broadening my abilities in that way. So yeah, Stay tuned.
Yes, I will. I will stay tuned. Hopefully I could be a part of it, or you could teach me a little bit something what you learned in the tech space. Totally. I also have another question. What's your ideal like work environment or art space in your career? Like, do you see yourself being like that that art dealer, or do you see yourself trying to teach the next generation? What does that look like for you?
Yeah, I mean, I started mentoring. I was mentoring for 3 years, like teaching music and art with a nonprofit called Guitars Over Guns. Mm-hmm. So I was doing that with them from 2019 until about 2022. And that was really cool to have that experience working with these kids and what Guitars Over Guns does in general with the youth. Like, their focus is to bring art into our underserved communities, bring art and music back to these spaces, because they're taking art and music, or they have been doing it for a while. And so that's been a really dope experience overall, and life-changing experience, so deep. So that's something that I do see myself coming back to that at some point and teaching again. But I think like it taught me so much about myself in terms of my own value and my own worth. And I think, a lot of people deal with that challenge of like knowing, especially artists, knowing their value, knowing their worth, knowing their capabilities, knowing what they bring to the table. And like, so this next phase is me like really owning what I bring and bringing that into a new space. So actually last year I moved into my studio. I went ahead and put my own money up.
Congrats!
And I did go into a studio. I had an 8-month lease, but I gotta tell you, it was so expensive. It was hard for me to maintain it. And that was a pretty cool space for me at the moment. It was just like an office space that I sort of was working out of in North Miami, like a couple blocks away from the Mocha.
Oh,
so yeah. So I was like right in the neighborhood, kind of soaking it up. And that was really cool. Like, just for me as a business owner too, as a, it's like art is my passion, but it's also it's my business. So me being able to like plant myself in the middle of like this space where it's like other professionals and things like that, that was really cool to get that experience. And like mainly that's where I see myself going, is expanding on that. Like, I love to be in a workspace. Like, I have a lot of experience being in warehouses. Like, I feel like I've had so many different lives, but like before I was doing my own solo thing, I was working out of a warehouse for years with me and my friends and my band. And we were just making T-shirts and recording music and throwing parties and doing all the crazy stuff. And and that was really complete madhouse, and it was a lot of fun. And so where I see it evolving to is just like, because I do have, and I know you also have going to our art school, so those environments, how sterile and clean. And I do kind of see myself having very clean, pristine space where I can have my paintings up and just have, really, I am looking forward to having space to just leave my work up. Because it's hard when you sleep in the same place that you're creating art, right? It's like, so much energy in that same space happening constantly. And I want to be able to leave my studio, and after I just release all of the madness, I want to be able to leave it, and go home. And so that's the ultimate goal, is to have a real working space that's not too expensive, that I can just like, and even maybe invite other artists to be a part of as well. And another dream of mine is to have a gallery, I've always wanted to have a gallery to showcase Black and brown artists, and women artists and marginalized artists and people that just don't get to shine, because the Miami market for art is very different than a lot of other places. So, and I'm sure you've experienced that as well.
Absolutely. It is not easy. I actually want to dial it back a little bit, because you touched on some of the things that I'm really passionate about, which is like making sure to have a working art studio space, and being able to set those boundaries from a working art studio space to a homey setting. Like, you want to relax type of thing, and you want to set those boundaries and stuff like that. I also had a studio as well that was in an office, and I tell you that it felt so good to see that your artwork has a home, like not just a temporary space, a home. There's a difference. And it brightens me up. I think to answer that part for me to an ideal art career is to have like a space where all the arts can just breathe and live there and be like kind of like a marketplace or something like that, and make that look like a museum type of thing in a way. So like my goal one day, this is like, if I make this, I could die happy type of situation, is for me to have a Costco size space where all the arts can meet. Like, breathe it in, take it in. I need you to see the vision, right? Costco is huge. If you haven't heard of Costco is huge. All right. This is where all the grown people go to play and shop at the same time because they could find bulk buys everywhere. But it's going to be that huge, have all the arts in it. We're talking about music, food, business, art, all in one spot, like a lounge area type of stuff. You have studio spaces, gallery work. You see artists in their environment working. And I feel like we have incubators, but they're so far apart and not so big. They're tiny, that I want it to be a home for the arts, you know? That's my goal. I know it's gonna take years for me to eventually get there. But at least I'm planting the seeds for it to grow and to let everybody and their mama know Amanda got an idea and she's trying to work through it. Like, you're either with me or you against me. You get left behind with the rest of the world. Okay. So yes.
I love that. I want to ask,
for days.
so the space the studio you're working out of now, how is your current workspace? Since we're talking about big dreams, what is your current workspace?
I unfortunately I lost the studio space a year ago. However, I am hopeful that I can do like a takeover, if you will, to I don't know if you have seen a 163rd Street Mall.
Ooh. Oh, yeah. What about it?
You see how it's dead right now, right? And you see all those spaces? Now peep the vision now. If me and you, right, a couple of other artists, right, not only that, have other local businesses go into that space, do you think that we can revive 163rd Street Mall? Wow.
Totally. I think anything is possible with the right people and the right vision, and the money, the right backing. And if we can put our resources together and sort of have, anything can happen. I mean, this is how neighborhoods and art districts get developed. And you're actually making me think of, so Wynwood, and we probably talked about this when we met, because we kind of were having a couple of different conversations at the same time.
Absolutely. And we definitely mentioned something similar to it in that conversation.
Yeah.
I'm glad you were able to remember it.
Yeah, I don't know. My memory, it's a very unique thing. I know that memory over time, it changes, but I would say my memory about certain things is very sharp. And so, but anyways, I bring it back around because like Wynwood, so we remember how Wynwood was before it is right now, the arts district is now. And I remember maybe this was 2013 or 2012, I had just moved back to Miami and I was just like trying to get plugged into the art scene at the time. And I met this guy who had a property. He was a realtor. He was into real estate and he had a warehouse. He was in Little Havana. His warehouse was called the El Barrio. So these girls, they were a part of this activist group called RIPE. I forget what it stands for, RIPE, RYPE. I cannot remember, but I was kind of like briefly sort of working with them because they were artists and, activists. doing a little bit of everything. So they would meet in his space. And I just remember looking around and blah, blah, like looking at what was going on. I'm like, okay, this is cool. And I ended up talking to him. I ended up doing a mural, like asking him, like, hey, can I do a mural on your building? Because I see you already have art here and the art doesn't even look that good. Like, let me do my own thing. I didn't feel like that. But at the time I was thinking that. I was like, look at this thing. This looks crazy. So, but through that project, I ended up like learning some things. And he was telling me about sort of how Wynwood started. And he was like, yeah, Wynwood was developed by this developer named Tony Goldman. This guy from, I believe, New York, and his vision he's somebody who has some type of wealth, whatever. When he came up with the concept for Wynwood, he wanted it to be similar to Soho in New York.
Yeah.
So, him being who he is and his resources, they were able to like bring developers into Wynwood, like really actualize that vision. And bring these restaurants and bring, really create an economy there where now it's like, it's not just like some rundown neighborhood. It's like, it's up and coming. You know what I mean? So it definitely takes us as the artists to have the vision, but we need to have or know somebody. Same thing with the design district. What's his name? I believe it's Tony Robbins, if I'm not mistaken, but he's sort of the visionary behind the design district. And typically these are like wealthy people who have access to capital and access to resources to like bring these things in. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like how I'm thinking when you say like, do you think we could do something like this? Like, yes, we could. We totally could. We also just need the money person that also believes as much as we do. And then that thing can just flourish. You know what I'm saying? Because, 163 used to be jumping when I was growing up. I used to take the bus to go buy my Sauconys from over there. You know what I'm saying? So I know I took it back. But yeah, I believe it. That's all I'm saying is I think it can happen, but it takes a combination of different types of people to make it happen.
Absolutely. And that's why and I'm glad you mentioned that, because I think if we have a whole group, a whole slew, everybody coming together to get this done, because Miami has money. We just need to open the door, get the keys, have the keys, and open the door for them so they can walk in right in. So I was just like, it's totally doable, because look, my man is from New York who came in here and did. It took one man who had a vision, and he grabbed the right people to support him in order to do it. We can do that too. Like, we could do that too. Now,
totally, and also just informing ourselves too, and understanding, like, start asking those questions now, like, yo, how much does it cost to even lease a space inside of the mall? You know, like, if we can just start to calculate and sort of plan and, just ask the right questions to start to see how we can create a plan, right? Because it's like one thing to have a vision, but then you have to have the steps to how you're going to actionable items. You know what I mean? Because other than that, it'll just be a fantasy. And so I think the era that I'm in, it's like, yes, I live for fantasy and visions and being visionary, but it's also like, I'm also about doing things and physically manifesting them and putting in the work. I think is something that I want to put out there for people, that it's cute to have a vision board, but if you ain't working towards it, it's just a vision board. You know what I mean? So it's just a piece of paper with some pages on it. You know what I mean?
You are right. You are right. I'm glad you put it out there. So speaking of that, so if you could give advice to an up and coming artist, what would be your advice? What would it be? What do you envision?
There's a lot of advice. Man, listen, don't do it. Just don't do it. Stay away. It's no, honestly, if it's what you genuinely love, I say explore it. Explore it. See what's there for you and see if it's for you. You feel what I'm saying? That's the first thing. And then, like, for me, I feel like what I wish that somebody would have told me. I'm kind of getting a little distracted, sorry, because I'm not hearing. This is why I wish I had these headphones, because I'm hearing people talking on the other side. But like, I wish people would have told me the reality of being an artist, that it's not all the glitz and glam, right? It's not going to be easy to be an artist. It'll be fun. You will have rewarding moments, but just like being an entrepreneur, just like being a musician, like these are very difficult professions if you don't have the guts and you don't have the courage to do it. So it's like, try it out, see if it's for you. And then also you got to be open enough to deal with what's going to come with it. You know, again, it's not easy. You're going to be spending more money than you're making. Right. That's the other thing. Be ready to invest in yourself 1,000%. I was thinking about this earlier, and I was just like, man, like as a young person, as a kid, I always had this fantasy. I think a lot of us do. You know, you watch American Idol or you watch this and you're like, oh my God, I just want to be discovered, right? And it's like, I realized as I, continue to grow in my craft and continue to grow in this life, you have to discover yourself. There's nobody coming to discover you. You have to discover you, and you have to invest in you. And hopefully, while you're doing that, you'll have family and people that love you, that pour into you. But you are going to have to be your biggest cheerleader, because listen, there's always something that comes with like when somebody invests in you, just know that comes with something. They might say, hey, okay, I'm gonna put money in here, but you got to change this about yourself, or I'm gonna invest in you, but you got to do it this way. So know that if you're looking for freedom in your craft and you're also looking to be invested in, you're going to have to, like, not say compromise, but it's not going to be the way you expect it. You know what I mean? So know that it's going to be hard. That's number one. Number two, you need to invest in yourself. And number three, just stay curious, stay hungry about it. Just be, if it's really your passion and your love, like, go all in. Don't be halfway. Otherwise, just leave it alone. You know what I mean? But yeah, these are things I wish people that would have told me, because I went in all wide-eyed, like, oh my God, I'm an artist and everybody's going to love my art and everybody's going to care about my art. No, people do not care. They don't care about what you do. They don't care about who you are. They don't care until, quote unquote, if you're like famous or somebody, then it's like, oh, let me pay attention to this person. But even then that fades, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, at the core, why do you do what you do? You need to understand why you do it. And if it's really you, stay on it. And it is a lifestyle. It's who you are. It's not just like, or you know what I'm saying? It's not a hobby. But that's just me. I'm hardcore. So
yeah, my listeners need it. You know, I'm soft. You're hardcore.
Yeah, like I go in on it. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, I think these are good things to hear. You know, because growing up, you said that you didn't have somebody to tell you about these things. Me neither. I was just like, I'm really good at this. I think I'm gonna pursue it as a lifetime thing. And then I'm just like, whoa, how did we get here? You know the song? How did we get here?
Nobody's supposed to be here.
That nobody's supposed to be here.
Listen, I want to ask you though, what has been your sort of journey into the creative space? Like, what led you into the arts? And, you know, if you can kind of, in a nutshell, break that down.
Okay, so I'll put it in a word. I was inspired. Then I went to school. I'm going to say that school had me feel duped. Like I'm like, haha, we stole your money. Bye-bye.
Oh, no.
And then I'm out in the world trying to apply what I learned. And I ended up messing up a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot. I made so many mistakes. Do I regret them? Some of them, yes. But I like that I went through those hardships, because now I know not to do it again, and I could tell somebody else what happened to me as a result, and they can learn from my mistakes. So my journey has been a tedious one, with a lot of potholes along my journey that I'm glad that I'm past it. And I'm just glad that I'm still here for it, because if I stop now, I feel like I would run into a deep depression and probably not be seeing another day. But I will say this, that I'm glad that I'm able to talk to other artists and see what their experiences are like, so that I can learn from them, they can learn from me, and I won't feel as alone. That's how I feel. That's how my journey has been. And doing this podcast has given me a sort of a beam of light. It makes me passionate. It helps me to keep going. That I know that other people would not want me to keep going at all, but it helps me to keep going and don't give up. So I'm very hopeful for where I'm at. And I'm grateful for it. Grateful.
Wow. Well, I'm happy you're here too. Listen, I mean, wow, you really touched me. Like, I feel you 1,000%. It's like, where would we be without our expression, our outlet, right? Like,
oh yeah,
this is something that I feel, this is why I enjoyed mentoring when I was doing it with middle school students in particular, because it was like, I really got to pour into them. Like, I wish I had a mentor, growing up. Granted, I had my parents and my family and older siblings, and, folks showed up for me throughout my life, and you know what I mean? But like, to have someone who's like coaching you and like showing you, and it was really cool that I got to be that for the kids that I did it for. But it's like exactly that, because I wanted to give them an outlet to know, like, hey, there's a way out of like how you're feeling. Yeah, you might feel despair, or you might feel down, or you might feel misunderstood, but there is a space where you can always like release it and sort of at least deal with it to an extent. You know what I mean? And because that's what art has been for me. And I'm sure like hearing you is like been therapeutic. Like, and I didn't even realize that that's what it was. I just knew, I grew up in a very active household, a lot of family and a lot of drama, and like, like any family. But my art, when I had my little sketchbook in my little corner, I can go and paint, and I can, and I just go into a whole nother space until, when I went to college, it was like, like I just continued to be that same person, but I finally was able to find other people
absolutely
that related to me in that way. But I didn't even call myself an artist just yet. I was going through all the emotions and having all the experiences until I met other artists, and particularly other Black artists who were like just like me, like different, eccentric, or like into different types of music and just like quirky, and it's like, oh wow, we are like, we're not like, it's so many of us out here, and like that was something that kept me going. But again, before finding those relatable people, it was like that sketchbook, that's where I'm going. I wasn't necessarily a diary type of girl, but if I show you I got sketchbooks from like when I was a kid. I still think that I'm grateful I still have all that stuff where I can look back and see the journey and see how. And then as I got older, though, low key, I would go to the club. I wasn't like a club goer like that, but sometimes, occasionally my friends like, oh, let's go out, let's go. And I would be the weird Black girl with her sketchbook, like at the club. Walking around, I'm like
sketching everybody out there. Well, not as in a club setting, but in a public setting, I would do that. You
know what I mean? Like, it was like, I'd rather be in my sketchbook. but yeah, so just but on a serious note, it's like, yeah, the outlet is been the saving grace, and it's like I always imagine, what if I didn't have art, or if I wasn't tapped into those gifts, like what type of person would I be? Like, I would be probably seeking validation outside of myself and trying to, you know what I mean, whatever. And so anyways, I say all that to say, like, working with the students that I had, I was just like constantly trying to show them, like, oh, you having a bad day? Let's write down some words that symbolize the day you're having. And then let's take those words and make it into a song or a poem, and I would do little creative activities. And you see how it's like, it was just so fascinating to see them just easily be not only inspired, but like, they were just open to the idea and, the innocence that kids have and young people have. It's like, they might be going through something, but you give them a little activity, a snack, and they just lighten up. And it's like, yeah, they just in the whole world, you know what I mean? And it just changed their whole mood. And so it was cool, to bring, it was cool to bring that to them. And like, even if they had a bad day or they were going through something, when they had class with me, a session with me, we changing the vibration completely, and we're creating now. We're not just experiencing and taking in the negative thoughts or whatever that's coming in. Now we're transmuting them and making it into art. So yeah, I just felt you. That's what that whole was about. Was like, I hear you and I feel you. And
thank you.
So many of us feel that same way. And this is why we create, so that we don't have to feel that way.
Yes. Thank you. I appreciate it. I have another question for you. What is your favorite art piece that you created, or what somebody else created? Let me know. What is your favorite art piece? And please describe it.
Oh, wow. Let's see. Do I have a favorite? Oh, listen, I'm going to say what somebody else said. They're like, my next piece is my favorite one. But no. I will say I have some iconic bangers that I have put out throughout the years that folks have told me that they were bangers. Like, and I felt the love when I created these works. There was a piece I did. It's not my favorite, but I love it because... So I painted Erykah Badu in 2008. This is like early on. I painted her. I was in college at the time, and I will tell this the little backstory. So the apartment building I lived in, so I went to school in Atlanta. The apartment building I lived in, a lot of other artists lived in that same building. So it was like painters, people do, I don't know, textiles, graphics, like there was all types of different characters that lived in that building. But this dude who lived down the hall from me, he threw away his canvas. And so, of course, I'm like, and he had painted something on it. He's a great artist, too. He had painted something on it, but I don't remember. And I just took it and I was like, oh, I need a canvas. And I bought it into my little studio. And I don't know. I was like, I'm going to paint Erykah Badu. At the time, like, I don't know if you're like familiar with her style, but she now, like, people see her a lot wearing the top hats. Like, she's big on the top hats.
Yes.
But when I painted, she's like epic for that. But when I painted her at the time, like, she wasn't really rocking that style yet. But I had came across a photo, and for some reason, her in this top hat, and it was like, oh, I need to, like, I was so inspired. I was like, I need to paint this. So the moment I painted it, though, I don't even think I kept that painting for that long. I painted it, I photographed it, and then I ended up putting it online. I think I put it on her message board or something. And then I ended up selling the painting. And then maybe a few years later, she had to have came across it from her website or wherever it was. Mm-hmm. And she posted it on Facebook, and she was like, who was the artist that did this? Da, da, da. And like a bunch of people, like a lot of my friends, they were like tagging me like, oh, Corinne. And then like, and she's like, oh yeah, this is great inspiration. This person was inspired by me, blah, blah, blah. But again, this was before she was like, people really was tapped into what she was doing with the style stuff. And yeah, so I screenshot, and like to this day, because you know how Facebook is, it always brings back memories. So it's like every so often that memory will come back. It's a certain time of the year where I'll see it and I'm like, yep, Erica, you know, I was on her radar.
Dope. That's dope.
Yeah. So that I can say that's been a really cool piece to create. But ultimately, yeah, like I said, the next piece is the one. And then, I have tons of artists and people that inspire me and painters. I don't know if you know about Kehinde Wiley.
Yes.
He's in,
see his pieces.
Ooh, yeah. He's
really good.
Yeah.
When you get to see his pieces up close, I'm just like, yo, you put everything on this.
Oh.
Like, and he does it consistently.
And huge too, right?
And it's huge.
Scale
he has some sculpture pieces too, but them paintings, huge. I've seen it in the Art Perez Museum. I saw it in Atlanta. Ooh. I saw it in New York as well. I'm just like, bro, like, you a beast. And then that Barack Obama one that you did?
Oh my God. Listen, I've been chasing him. I've been chasing him as an inspiration. I came across his work. I literally was like 17. And
really?
And his work was in a local gallery, like in the design district, because I went to design architecture senior high. I went to Dash.
Oh, me too. We alums.
What year?
We alums. I graduated in 2013.
Okay. See, that's why I'm like, there's certain things you be saying. I'm like, yo, this girl knows something about somebody. Okay, so there we have it. Here's the through line. Right, so that we cut from the same cloth in that sense. But yeah, so the era, you know, I'm gonna date myself, but I graduated 2005. So I've been out of the game for a minute. So, but yeah, when I was going to school there, it might have been the year, maybe my last year, and I was just walking through the neighborhood with my best friend. And we were walking to a gallery we both used to intern at. And we're like, yo, this thing, look how much this gallery changed. And that was the first time I ever seen his work. Like, then, like, it was like, you're talking about 2005. So it's like, we're like, yo, this is crazy. But like, when I seen his work, it clicked for me. Like, it was like, oh, because my whole thing at the time was, you know how Dash is, you know, it's a very unique experience as a high school student to have that. I know I was trying to figure out how to bridge my love for music, hip hop, and just like Black culture and who I am, and how do I bring that into art, like into my painting stuff.
Right.
And when I saw his work, it was like, oh, he's doing the hip hop thing. His art is super Black, it's super urban at the time, you know, the paintings that I was looking at. And I was like, oh, this is it. This was the answer to my question. His work was the answer to my question. So since then, I have been chasing that ghost of like, how do I bring it to life? Because I do figure paint, and like I do portraiture. I'm not like he's more of a figurative painter, and he just his proportions are crazy.
Yes.
You know, so but you know, I couldn't stay on it for too long. I'm like, you can't be an imitation of, you know, somebody. Right. So I was super inspired. I have made works kind of inspired by him. But, you know, eventually I'm like, okay, I got to go past my inspiration and find my own journey. But anywho, you know, you learn things as you go.
Absolutely. That's everybody's art career. You learn as you go.
I love this though. Like Dash, like real quick, like what was your studies in?
My strand was graphic design.
Oh, okay. Damn. Okay. Wow.
What was your strand?
Fashion. I was a
fashion.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I don't know if she's still there, Miss Pringle. That was my teacher.
She retired.
Oh, really?
There's another teacher. We'll have this conversation after this.
Ah, man. I know offline, right?
Yes.
Because I got questions now. Because I've been wanting to go back there for a minute. Like, I'm like, yo, people have been like, yo, you need to get back there. Like, you need to da-da-da. And I'm like, yeah, I'm not ready to go back. But,
I got questions for you. But we'll do it offline, though.
Okay. That sounds like a plan.
Yes. So, those are my questions. I have a fun segment on my podcast. It's called Fill in the Blank. So I'm going to say a statement and you're going to fill in the blank pertaining to you. So, like, for example, if you check out my playlist, you will find blank on repeat.
You will find all right, I'm just gonna say it because it's all over the place for real. But I'm gonna say Nicki. I'm gonna say the new Nicki album is in there somewhere. Nicki is like Nicki Minaj is the girl. I'm a Barb, so I'm gonna just plug her stuff. But really, I play a lot of my own music, and then it goes so far in line. The sound is insane. Yeah.
Okay. See, that's how it goes. So I have more statements for you.
Okay.
So let's get it up and popping.
Okay.
All right. I am inspired when I see blank.
I'm inspired when I see the ocean. I go to the beach and I just sit and see the ocean. I'm inspired. I'm like refreshed. I'm just like zenned out. And like, yeah, that's for me. The natural beauty is, that's what it is.
Ooh. In the studio, you'll find blank.
In the studio, you will find, what will you find? Ooh, you will find a lot of stuff, but you will find art supplies. You'll find paintings. You will find glitter. I mean, you'll find makeup right now on my bed. It's like all my makeup stuff is out because I was shooting content and I wanted to do like makeup tutorial, like be inspired by makeup tutorials I see on Instagram and TikTok and stuff. So you'll find today you'll find makeup. That's what you'll find. I just said a million things. There you go.
All right. So if blank had their hands on my art, I would blank.
If Beyonce had her hands on my painting, I would scream. I would be like, oh my God.
Really?
I'm like, B, you are that girl forever. Like, you need to buy this and put this and post it on your social media so I can become famous.
Okay, let her know. Put it out in the universe today.
Oh my gosh.
Tell Beyonce to support an artist today.
Yes. Shoot. And it seems like she does too. So she just need to keep doing it. Get out to the visual artists. Come to this world as well.
Right. Put it out there. Let her know. All right. So my blank is my superpower.
My attention to detail, my superpower. Yeah, and I realize that now, just as I continue to mature in my journey, and like, man, I notice everything, but it's also like how I create, and be observing is also like how I have empathy for people and things, and you know what I'm saying? It's like me having a concern. It's because I care, and this is why I've learned how it works to my benefit to be able to catch details and see different things. And, but yeah, working with young people, working with the kids, it was like that was a big thing with us in the program, the nonprofit, because we were learning how to like see if they were going through something or how to respond through, to a young person who's in stress, how to like catch it and say, hey, what's going on? Build that check-in, build that connection. So, but yeah, my attention to detail, and that goes across the board. And I'm just looking forward to how it continues to guide me, that superpower.
Okay. I like it. They would be damned if they blank.
They would be damned if they tried it. I don't know. Seriously. For real, like I realized, man, like I'm just like an easygoing person, but like once somebody try to come for my art or come for me and my art or like my craft, that's when I start like I turn into a different person because it's such a part of who I am and how I to the world. And I've had different folks try me and I'm like, all right, you gonna get your ass cut off and you're not gonna hear from me ever again. And it takes a lot. I'm a Gemini too, so it takes a lot too because I have so much patience and I'm sure as a painter you know what that's like. Mm-hmm. You know, you grow so much patience in creating in general, right? But it comes a time where them patience gonna run out.
Cut them off. Cut them off. All right, my 2024 will be blank.
My 2024 will be glorious. It'll be glorious.
Amen to that. Amen.
Yes. Yes.
All right, that's the end of the fill in the blanks. Yes. I know, but hopefully I could have you back here and we can definitely just like catch up on times, how everything's going in the year and stuff, and check up on each other,
For sure. Yeah. I feel like, hey, we family now that I know you're a phantom, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna act like I don't know. So you know what I mean? So that's cool. I appreciate you. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
I hope much love to everybody that's checking this out. Happy New Year to all the people. Y'all stay creative. Y'all stay free. Y'all stay open. And stay prayed up. Stay prayed up.
All of it. All of it. So how can my listeners support you? Let them know.
Yeah. I have an Etsy shop I just opened up. Well, I opened it last year, but I just did another relaunch. So if you are following me on social medias at cstevie.arts. And from there, you can sort of see all my hyperlinks. I do have my website as well, www.CorinneStevie.com. It's eventually going to be under construction right now, just functioning as a portfolio with some things on it. But yeah, my Etsy shop. And then I have my music boutique store on CorinneStevie.bandcamp.com. Hopefully we can like plug these links in so people
definitely will. You gonna send it all to me,
So
send it all to me.
Yeah, I'm trying to sell some work, so if people want to support in that way and buy like trinkets and my art. Me and you was at the same art market, so you know what it is. Mm-hmm. And then what else? Music wise too, if you want to follow me on Spotify, Corinne Stevie. All the platforms is Corinne Stevie, Google it, Google me, all that good stuff, and show some love. That's all I ask. Spread the word and show love. That's it. That's all I got.
Yay! Thank you, listeners, for tuning in. Thank you, Corinne Stevie, for joining me. I hope everybody have a wonderful day. Okay? Smile. Make someone smile.
Yes. All Peace, everybody.
Peace.